Welcome to part 3 in our 3-part video series of Sega 32X games worth playing today. So the first 2 parts of this series we looked at 6 great arcade ports that were brought home to the Sega 32X and are worth playing today. And today we're going to look at 2 games. One is a popular PC game that was ported to the Sega 32X, and the other one is an original game for the Sega 32X. These 2 games are great, and I do feel like they're worth playing today, so let's get started. November of 1994 saw the release of Doom on the Sega 32X, and it's a good version of Doom. Yes, you do have a border around your window, but the frame rate is good. It's very playable. The Jaguar version was superior, and this is based on the Jaguar version, but there are a few differences, of course. The border around the window, of course, that's one of them. All the monsters in the 32X version are front-facing. There's no infighting, but you know what? I tell you what, this was a good way to play it. Good frame rate, very playable, and very fun. If you want to just grab a Doom cartridge, throw it in the 32X and fire it up and play, man, it's great. Great pick-up and play aspect to this game. And at the time, this was one of the very few ways you could play this on a home console. And, you know, not to throw any shade towards the Super NES, but I would certainly rather play Doom on the 32X than the Super Nintendo. It just... the Super Nintendo's frame rate and the slowness of the game, and of course they cut out like the gore. Yeah, that just isn't a good experience to me. A lot of people love it on the SNES, but in my opinion, the 32X version is far superior. So yeah, Doom on the 32X is worth owning today and worth playing today. May of 1995 saw the release of Shadow Squadron for the 32X. A lot of people say this is their favorite Sega 32X game, and I can certainly see why. It is a really great space flight simulator, and it's got a lot of replayability and a lot of options and different ways to play the game too. So when you start the game up, you can choose from Feather 1 or Feather 2, 2 different spaceships. Feather 1 is fast, nimble, but cannot take a lot of damage and doesn't have as much energy as Feather 2. Feather 2, on the other hand, has a big old cannon on the front of it. And you can play that. You can play Feather 2 by piloting it, or you can put it on autopilot and just operate the guns. So at that point it would become like an on-rails shooter. So you can play it in several different ways. Man, it's a lot of fun. I mean, just a really good time. The graphics are amazing. Sound is awesome. The soundtrack is great. And, you know, and I don't know if you were like me and liked Battlestar Galactica back in the day as a kid and watching those dogfights in space. That was the coolest part of that show to me. And I always kind of, wanted a game to emulate that, and this is pretty close. This is a excellent showcase for the Sega 32X. Man, if there's any way you can play this game, do it. This is absolutely worth playing today, and a great way to end this series and wrap this series up. We're going to do it with, I think, probably the best game on the list, and that is Shadow Squadron. Thanks for joining me today, and if you like this series and you think that I've earned it, give the video a thumbs up please. And if you're not subscribed to the channel but you'd like to see more of my content, make sure and hit that subscribe button. I hope you guys have a great and safe rest of your day.